Welcome to An Apple a Day, a podcast, a resource, a community. Share your experiences and learn from others as we overcome barriers and learn to live a happy, healthy life with a disability. Welcome to the community. Here's your host, Jimmy Apple.
Welcome to another episode of An Apple a Day. I'm your host, Jimmy Apple. But today we're not doing a whole episode. Today we're just doing a bite, a slice of the apple, if you will. And I want to remind you before we start, An Apple a Day is brought to you by www.famousapple.com. Famousapple.com is the home site for this podcast, so if you get a minute, go over there, check it out. And while you're flipping around the web there, stop by our group page on Facebook at www.facebook.com/groups/disabled living. That's going to bring you to a page that says living with a disability. And that's an Apple a Day page. You're going to enjoy it over there. A lot of nice people, a lot of conversations going on. You can join. It's free. We don't do anything with your information. Actually, we don't even keep your information. We just make sure that we're not getting double, people that are using 2 and 3 IDs and going in and harassing anybody. There's a lot of nice conversations going on. Everybody seems to get along. There's questions being asked and answered. So go over there, take a minute, check it out, join in the conversations, make your voice heard. You meet some nice people. You'll make some nice new friends. Anyhow, how you feeling today, my friends? You feeling good? You feeling strong? You feeling better than you did yesterday? Excellent. Listen, I just wanted to pop in today and let you know we got a big one coming up for you on Friday this week. And we're going to talk about things like things you should be checking out as the weather changes. Like, we spoke about this several times on the podcast, but when the seasons change, we should change the filters, whether they be in our house or in our car, to combat this COVID-19. This COVID-19 is a vile, disgusting disease. And an ounce of protection, that's all. Ounce of protection is worth a pound of cure. The filters in our car, the cabin filter, the filter that filters the air coming into our car from outside, we should change that every 6 months. And the cold weather's coming in, time to put a new filter in. Yes, it costs about $50 to have it changed, but it's worth every penny. It's worth every penny, believe me, my friends. And plus, not only is it protecting you, but it also makes your car smell a lot nicer on the inside. So, it's a win-win situation there. You're taking air conditioners out of the windows, putting them away for the season. Change the filters now. Change the filters, wrap the air conditioners in plastic, put them away in the basement or the garage, wherever you put them, the attic. Same thing if you use a heat pump in the house. Make sure you're changing those filters. Change your air conditioner filters, your heat pump filters. Clean down the condensers. It's just an ounce of protection. Your car itself. Give your car a wipe down with a Clorox wipe. The handles inside, the dashboard, the seats, the headrest. Give it a good vacuuming. Give it a good clean out. You should do that regularly, but even if you do, make it a point to give it like a super clean out. There's car washes that do it for you, but give it a super clean out just to start the new season off fresh. As much as you can clean up and avoid any of this coronavirus or even the slightest possibility, it's worth it. It's worth the time. It's worth the effort. The same thing too. You're putting away fans. Clean the fans before you put them away. Wrap them in plastic. Whatever you're putting away for the season, clean it first and wrap it in plastic. I can't stress it enough. Clean. Everything with bleach. Everything with a disinfectant, bleach, whatever you have. But we're going to discuss this all on Friday, like I said. And a couple of other things that everybody knows probably, but sometimes you forget about it. For example, you get these weather predictions. Now, the Farmer's Almanac is great for saying every year, this is going to be the worst winter we ever had. And every year that I can remember, they've always said that is going to be the worst winter. Well, just to be safe, you hear on the radio or TV that we're going to have a super big heavy snowstorm or a super heavy ice storm or even heavy damaging winds. And you live in a house that has a well and a septic. Now I live in a house that has a well and a septic. When I hear that, first thing I do, I fill up my bathtub. Now, some people are going, why the hell would you fill up your bathtub? I fill up my bathtub so that I have water. God forbid the electric goes out. I have water that I can flush my toilets. And again, some people right now, they're wide-eyed and they're making that crazy sign or, saying, yeah, okay, this guy's nuts. No, anyone that has a well and a septic knows that the well pumps are electric and the septic pumps are electric. So, in order to flush the toilet, you need water to actually physically throw into the toilet to make them flush. Otherwise, you're sitting around for however long the lights are out with a toilet full of whatever. So that's why you have a bathtub full of water. The other thing is to make sure, especially if you have a well and a septic, that you have water, drinking water, on hand. Because again, well pumps are electric. I always make sure to have at least 12 gallons of water in the house, whether it be 12 1-gallon jugs or the 20-ounce bottles, but 12 gallons of water in the house at any given time, just in case. And here, another thing, if you're a coffee drinker and you have electric appliances like an electric stove or an electric cooktop, make sure you have a percolated coffee pot, so that this way you can make coffee on your barbecue grill. And yes, they still sell percolating coffee pots. Make sure you don't buy an electric one. Buy the old-fashioned one with the glass cube up on top. And believe me, I learned the hard way with that. But I have my percolator, and when the electric goes out, whether it's snowing, it could be 3 feet of snow outside. I shovel a path to my barbecue pit, and I make sure I have propane, and I make my pot of coffee right on the barbecue pit. But again, these are things that we're going to talk about on Friday. So I just wanted to touch base with you and let you know that we have some really interesting things coming up this Friday, and I want to make sure that you're there. So have a good rest of your week. I'll talk to you on Friday, and remember this, things can always be worse. No matter what, somebody somewhere right now wishes they were in your position. So it can always be worse, my friends. You've been listening to A Slice of the Apple. My name is Jimmy Apple, and I'll talk to you Friday. Have a good one.
Thanks for listening to An Apple a Day with Jimmy Apple, your gateway to a happy, healthy life. Join our community at www.famousapple.com. See you next time.